Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about closing costs when you're selling your house. I'm going to break it down on seller's closing costs, buyer's closing costs. The reason I want to tell you about buyer's closing costs is a lot of times when they write you an offer, they'll ask you for those. So real quick, do me a favor before we get started. Subscribe below. Just click subscribe. You can read a little bit about me. I'm Gene Darden. I'm an agent here local in Birmingham, Alabama. If you call, you'll get me. I want to help you. So anyway, here we go. So if you're a seller, your main closing costs are going to consist of, generally people ask you to pay for half of title, half of attorney during the closing, and then you're going to have prorated taxes. Taxes start in October of every year, so however far along in the year you are, that's what you'll pay for. Then the buyer will pay for the remainder. Just depends on where it lands as far as your prorate. Obviously, taxes are different, depends on where you live. It's very easy to find out what the total taxes for your house are, so you can calculate that. Title and attorney usually are going to be, to close one, an attorney's usually about $700, $750, and that's split. And then title, depends on the price of the house. That usually runs, probably around $1,000, and that's split as well, just to kind of give you a ballpark. So between closing attorney, tax prorations, and if you have any HOA dues that are passed, that'll come as well. So those fees are that. So just kind of a ballpark would be you can expect $2,000 or so in closing costs, not counting any kind of commissions that you may be, obligated to pay a buyer's agent and or listing agent. But those are going to be your basics. When a buyer asks you for closing costs, what their costs consist of is they have to prepay for a year taxes, insurance, appraisal, and the lender fees. So whatever lender fees are charged, whether it's an origination fee or whatever the mortgage guy gets for commission, those type things are built into that. They work hard, so obviously there's some cost associated with them getting the loan done. So you can expect that on that end. That usually comes into 2 to 2.5% of the purchase price, somewhere in there, maybe a little more if they're buying points or to get a lower rate or something to that effect. So if they ask you for closing costs, then you can usually adjusting your purchase price. If they need that cash, if they'd rather have cash on hand and get that paid, you can adjust your purchase price, and your bottom line is going to be the same, as long as you don't adjust past what the appraised value is, because then you're kind of starting from square one, because they're not going to loan if it doesn't appraise. So that's a basic snapshot of closing costs. If you need more, call. My name is Gene Darden, 426-1113. I'll be glad to talk to you. When you call, you'll get me. It's not something crazy somewhere where you get a 1-800 number and 8 million people. It's me. I'm local, just here to help. But I hope that gives you a small snapshot of what you can expect. It goes a little deeper, but that'll get you started. Thanks for checking us out, SouthernRealtySpecialist.com. I'm Gene Darden with the Southern Realty Specialist team, Keller, Williams, Vestavia. Have a blessed day. Again, thanks for watching us. Bye-bye.